The season is over for the Houston Texans, but we're still going to have this pump the brakes topic. Should Brock Osweiler open next season as the Texans' starting quarterback? Let's hear from their head coach, Bill O'Brien.
I know you guys are doing your job, and I respect that. But before I talk about those types of things, I have to evaluate it myself. I've got to talk to our coaching staff, get their input, our personnel people, get their input. So I would be very I wouldn't be a good head coach if I stood up here and told you, hey, this is what we're planning to do.
We know the big contract that Osweiler signed, $37 million in guaranteed money. He said he wouldn't be a good coach if he didn't review the film, but I'm surprised. Can he just say that Osweiler is our guy? Are you surprised that he didn't give that vote of confidence to Brock?
No, I'm not surprised because Bill O'Brien's the same coach that benched Brock Osweiler weeks ago based on Brock being inconsistent. The offense was not moving in the right direction. So, no, I'm not surprised at all. I really believe Bill O'Brien will dissect that position, the players that are at that position. Of course, number 17 has a lot of money coming his way, regardless if he's starting or regardless if he's a part of this team. He still has a lot of guaranteed money. But the last 3 seasons, you saw in that graphic, they have been 9-7, 9-7, 9-7. That's barely above average, right? And they have benefited from playing in a watered-down division. But for this team to get over the hump and be a consistent contender in the AFC, they have to find better quarterback play. And clearly, not necessarily saying they're having buyer's remorse, Clement, but they're having second thoughts. Because what we saw this past season was not the expectation we thought number 17 would give this team offensively. Everything went down from a year ago. A year ago, they had 4 different quarterbacks throughout the season. Brian Hoyer, TJ Yates, Brandon Whedon, and Mallett. And all these guys collectively had better numbers than your $72 million man. And not to mention, one of the best wide receivers was unstoppable in DeAndre Hopkins, had an unbelievable year a year ago. Where is he? And it's not because of his skill sets have went in the wrong direction.
It didn't tail off.
It's because the quarterback was not on point. He had chemistry issues. So all of these things that Bill O'Brien has on his plate, he will dissect. And I think this will be an open battle.
Really?
To start the offseason when OTA starts.
I wonder if this was just a tactic by O'Brien, maybe to light a fire under Brock, saying your position is not secure, so you need to make sure you work hard. You don't think it's just a tactic. You think this is the real deal, open competition.
This is the real deal because this guy has been inconsistent the entire year. Not to mention when he was benched, Tom Savage, granted, he didn't blow you away with his execution, but also he did not turn the football over. He had 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And if you're not going to have any touchdowns, I would hope and think you would not have any interceptions. So, okay, that's one positive he has ahead of Brock. And not to mention, if it wasn't for a concussion, I don't think Brock would have gotten back in the lineup.
Maybe not have started in that playoff game.
Exactly.
But Savage was not available. To your point, Osweiler finished the season with more interceptions than touchdowns. That's not going to get the job done as a starting quarterback.